2 minutes late. Let me say, generator stopped running. I had to go restart it, so I'm just a couple minutes late. 2 o'clock. But that got me a list of things to talk about. So maybe I'll just until somebody comes in. There's Hooli. Hi, Hooli. How cold is it up there? Boo! What? Boo hoo! What? Their generator stopped again. Yeah, got me a list of things to go over. What should I start with? That like this. Only one. There was two. Where'd the other one go? There was two. Somebody came and left. Boo Halloween. Oh, it's not Halloween yet. I don't know what kind of mask would fit an elephant. My glasses are steaming up in here. So we got three in the room, three around watching, but I got a list of things to talk about from the scrapbooks and whatever. Is where they found his airplane. I found that spot on Google Earth, and I posted a link, I think, in Finn Treasure Hunters on Facebook. I posted a link under the scrapbook that Jason posted on there. The link with the coordinates for where his plane crashed. Also, I was on. God, nobody can stick around, huh? Just Hooli? Hooli's the only one sticking around? And people are popping in and out, and they're going up, down, what, they don't want me having more than one viewer? Can't believe it. YouTube blocking an elephant. And, yeah, it was up to 4, and now it's down to 2. It goes down to 1. I'm waiting for enough people to come in so I can, so I can only have to read this once, Yeah, I don't know. Somebody else, streaming on there on same time. Usually that's why it's so. Because I tell everybody Monday's 10 o'clock. I said Monday Mammoth 10 o'clock, and I only get 2 people that realize that. Because it's too hot inside here. Talk to 2 people. Tony and Hooli is all. Yeah, Monday's at 10. Yeah, I had some good notes here. So I got 2 people watching. Maybe I should go through this real quick and end the stream, and then make the video private so that all the people that didn't come watch won't know what I said, huh? Hey, Eric. Whew. I'm steaming up my glasses in here. I got 4 in the room. Yeah, literally, when I found the location on Google Earth, by he said Saipan or whatever, but it's spelled with an X, not an S. On Google Earth, it's spelled with an X. If you type it with an S, it'll go to the one with the X, and that's the right one. You go 13 miles straight north of that town, and you find that little village it's mentioned. It's the name is the same thing, but it's just got a separation. Hey, Craig. So yeah, I kind of found the hillside that he crashed into on Google Earth. And I put those coordinates on Jason's page under his Litter 81 posting on Facebook. But Okay, it's too hot in here. Let me out! Ah! Oh, get me out of there. It's noisy in there too. Yeah, my generator kicked off, but that's okay. Because my computer, I got my new battery for it, and it goes like 6 hours. Yes, I'm playing catch up. Was on vacation. Oh, see. Did you fly south for the summer a little bit? There you go. You go up north before it snows more up in Canada. Then he's going to make sure it's found next year. Well, he'll make sure it's found, but the time is not of his choice. It's, well, you'll know when the time is, but he won't be around when it's, and nobody's going to stumble upon it. You have to be granted title. And the title is assigned in there. It's hidden in there. And what's hidden under the word there is the word will. So his will is hidden in there. And everybody's like, well, make that happen. No, the only way to make that happen sooner is to enforce life. And that ain't going to happen. I ain't have nothing to do with none of that, But the end of his rainbow is the end of his life. So you're not going to find it before that time comes. But the John Ehrlichman ones, the scrapbook, John Ehrlichman and stuff. He was the architect. And he had Ehrlichman come to his gallery and stuff. Well, he knew that would bring some controversy, but all he had to do is have Ehrlichman come to his, and he got probably some national advertising. It'd bring people there from across the country. That's free advertising. Look at stop it, Jack. Aren't you? You come up here? You come up here and see me? Oh, you come see me? Huh? Tilt your head. That's like, come over here. Come on. Now he's starting to whine. See, now he wants to bark. Now he says, let me out now. And remind me, I'm on the John Ehrlichman thing. Yeah, the free advertising he got from that. How you doing, Whoopi? Wind generator yesterday. The wind was up 35, 40 miles an hour. And all of a sudden the wind generator was just like, it was making all kinds of noise. So the bearings are shot on it. And when I'd look at it in the 35 mile an hour wind, it was the thing is the props on here, and the props like doing this, and so that shaft is inside doing this stuff, and I was afraid that it'd cut through the metal and the blade would come off. Well, that thing's doing 1,000 miles an hour, and I went up on the roof and I used one of them cardboard shipping tubes for the posters. I tried to try, and it just shredded that, like the end of that, like it was nothing. And so then I figured, well, I got to do something else. So I came inside and looked. I saw a piece of paracord, and I go, ha ha. And it was about an 8-foot stretch of paracord. And I look up there. I'm standing on the ground, and the wind generator is 6 feet above the top of my roof of the RV. So I'm probably 15 feet away from it. And I look at that. I got the paracord, and I just took it and threw it up in the air where the wind blew the paracord into the wind turbine, and went, that was it. Stopped instantly. Didn't hurt. Didn't destroy anything, or didn't break the blades. It just in a fraction of a second that thing stopped. But I ordered a different one it's a vertical one. It stands straight, and the things go around it, because if the motor, the generator motor on that, if it doesn't put out enough charge, then I'm going to take them props and mount it on top of I have a alternator on the roof, and that'll make enough charge. Geraldo Canyon. No, but I was going to get to the canyon. It's one of my things in the last scrapbook. Not Geraldo, but it starts with a G. Okay, so we're back to Ehrlichman, and he had the pickets out for that brought the news and brought him lots of customers, and he didn't have to buy a full color page ad. And then he's got the sketch with the Zimmerman sketch, and he's got that top secret thing under his arms, his top and secret on that. Well, so he's got top secret under his arm, but he says in Teachers with Rope, I rested my arm on my elbow on a bronze, or did he say? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said his elbow. Rested his elbow on a bronze. That's his arm, and that's under his elbow's under his somewhat, So I rested my elbow on a bronze, and he's got top secret under his arm. Why did you say Zimmerman? Zimmerman? Oh, I meant well, Zimmerman was part of that whole Nixon thing too, right? But that was what's his name? Not Zimmerman. Henry Kissinger. The Henry Kissinger thing. Drawing. It has top secret under his arm, But the thing is, said top secret's under his arm, rested his elbow on a bronze. There's a couple clues in there. Yeah. Yeah, Zimmerman. He didn't mention Zimmerman, and maybe he'll mention Zimmerman in another one, right? And then at the bottom, there's that drawing of the leg, and the shoe is like dot lines, dot dash lines. That line's the high heel. In A Farewell to Arms, it's a few minutes into the movie, and Gary Cooper is there, and there's a woman, I guess, sitting maybe on a piano or something, and her feet are on the table that he's sitting at, and he's looking at her. He's holding her foot and talking about the arch in her high heel. And he said, and she asked him what kind of school he had gone to. He said he was gone to architect school. He does architecture and stuff, right? And he tells her, "Do you know what architecture is?" And she's giggling and laughing and didn't know, doesn't know anything, But then there's an air raid that bombs are going off and they scatter and he's still got her shoe and he finds her in the basement, hiding from the bombs and puts her shoe back on and explains to her that the arch is the oldest form of art. The arch, architecture. That's the architect designed the arch. And so, and what are omegas or arches, So it's but John Ehrlichman was the architect. Him, maybe Nixon said, I want this to happen. And Ehrlichman helped him put it together, He was involved. That's, who knows, Keystone is in the arch. Yeah, the key is at the top. Yeah, and what's the key? Architecture. And then something in the last scrapbook 215, and it's a lot of talk about Mary Lou and all that, and nobody noticed when he took her to the shoe store in Guadalupe. He asked Guadalupe to help her out and get where Guadalupe worked at the store. And people that they were talking about Mary and whatever, but Guadalupe comes from Arabic. Wade is a guad, and lupus, the wolf, and the Arabic Wadi means valley river of the wolf, or Wolf Valley River. See, Valley River, and that's, boom, the Wolf Creek. That's, the Valley River of the Wolf. And Guadalupe was Nuestra Senora de Guadalupe. That's the Virgin Mary of Valley River of the Wolf. Because Guadalupe, Lupe is for lupus, the wolf. So people didn't pick that up. And Guadalupe is also a female name. I think that one's up. I think that video's up there. And the other thing, so he took Marianne to the she and what she did, she went in the shoe store, she collected some treasures in there. Where did she get the treasures? From Guadalupe, from the Valley River of the Wolf, is where she found some treasures that Forrest paid for. Chalk Creek. I just said Valley River of the Wolf. It's not a chalk wolf. Nothing. No. Guadalupe, there's nothing that says chalk in it. Chalk Creek over there's that mountain there, and the one that goes up to St. Elmo. I've been over. It's not over there. It's down here. And also he was talking about how he was very generous. His staff were the people that helped him make his money, and he rewarded them handsomely. he didn't Sounds like they got some really good commissions from Forrest. It's like, how did he make any money paying them that much? Are there any old videos you like to amend now? So, oh, there are old videos. I have videos online of me searching in New Mexico, and it ain't in New Mexico, but the videos are still there. You got when you watch a video and you think no, you got to look at the date. And I've been on this search area since August of 16. So all the stuff before that was my other search areas that I'll tell people. You know, I given away a map of the one search area near Wellsville. Yeah, and there's a lot of things that just the number, everything matches up perfectly, you know. You hear my teapot whistling. Speaking of it, I guess had to go to Walmart and get, well, I didn't have to go to Walmart. I had to get water. I had to fill my water bottles, and the guy down the road hasn't turned on his winter overflow thing yet. So I had to go into town. So I went to Walmart and got some. I'm not going to run out of tea for a long time. And I ordered the new wind generator today because my other one crapped out. The bearings went out, and yeah, stopped that with a piece of paracord. Done. So you get a new one on Friday. And if it doesn't work good with the generator portion it has, then I'm gonna switch it out for an alternator that I had up on the roof for a homemade one of that type I was trying to make. St. Elmo's 10,000 feet. Yeah, I've been up there, St. Elmo, and I have a video of me swimming in Cottonwood Hot Springs. And I've been up. I hiked up, went up there, and North Cottonwood Creek, I think it is. It goes up around the mountain. You gotta, before you get to where the hot springs are, there's a road, and it goes up there. And there's a Silver Creek Trail, and I hiked up Silver Creek Trail. That's from 9,000 to 11,000. I camped overnight and slept in my hammock at 11,111 feet, all ones. Camped in my hammock in a sleeping bag under the stars, and you're laying there looking out of this mummy bag and listening for anything that makes big crunchy sounds on the ground, you know? And all I could hear was bunny rabbits running around underneath me. And that's even kind of freaky. And I had my 45 on my chest. But yeah, there were no mountain lions there. Didn't have the dog then, because he would have alerted me to anything like a bear or something too. All I'd have to do is tie his leash to the hammock, and if he ran, he'd tug the hammock and wake me up or knock me out of it. Meteor shower from Halley's Comet tonight. Yeah, I saw something, little bright thing, phew, fell out of the sky in daytime. I saw something not too far. It was like some type of light thing, or like some white thing fell out of the sky. I don't think it was a bird turd. Yeah, it wasn't an F-100 or a pilot or anything. So yeah, You got Marianne got some treasures at the shoe store from Guadalupe, the Valley River of the Wolf, or Wolf Valley River. It might be, you know, Guadalupe means Valley River Wolf, or Wolf Valley River, you know, Wolf Creek. That's your no paddle up Wolf Creek. A lot of people get to below the Homer Brown and they think they're done. No, you say there'd be no paddle up your creek. It's no place for the meek. Red Riding Hood knows the big bad wolf is no place for the meek. The big bad Wolf Creek. And the heavy loads were all the people that they loaded on in the canoes that they put on top of the Mammoth to carry them over the mountain to the river on the other side, whether they were traveling east or west. But his poem happens to, you know, it starts one end and goes to the other end. And my ankle's been, you know, it looks good, and then the next day it's all puffy, and so you get, yeah, put my leg up, elevate my leg, and pamper it when I'm here. What else new? Wolf Creek is gnarly, great rocks. Oh, there's a waterfall. If you where the runaway truck, the upper runaway truck ramp across the highway from the upper runaway truck ramp is a huge parking area, and down below there is a big triple waterfall. There's a big one coming down the middle and one on either side of it, all coming in. I gotta go. I want to see that in spring runoff. A hike down near it, and hopefully with a drone. I'll tell the guy with the camera that this would be a great shot for the drone. Because you can see that thing from the bottom of the pass. You can see that big, huge waterfall way up the canyon, you know, and it's huge. Even when Treasure Falls is a trickle, that thing is still big, you know. But during spring runoff, it's a monster. And there's got to be a big hole at the bottom of it. I think that's a pretty dangerous spot down in that little. You can get near it, and you can get a lot closer to it with a drone, at least. But I don't know, because where that parking lot is, you got to hike down the hill, and you know you don't want to hike. There's a trail that goes partway down there, but I don't know if you get a view of the thing or not. You know, you can get closer to it. And when you're flying a drone, you want to see where it's at. And I wasn't able to see where my drone was at when I was, because my drone was, nothing wanted to work on my drone. The live view on my screen, all I could do is by where I could see it, you know, and I'm trying to fly. And you don't know if it's 200 feet from those trees over there or if it's 2 feet from them. You know, because your perspective, you don't know exactly where it is, especially if your monitor's not showing you, it's froze up, it's not giving you a live picture, it's probably stopped recording, and you waste your whole flight, you know. But I have one flight over that waterfall. It was pretty, you know, but it wasn't very good because I couldn't get as close as I wanted to it. But I want to hike down there and take a look at that sometime. But that's the other thing. I don't really want to hike down there alone. I because and bring a rope for safety. That's why he said teachers with rope. Yeah. If you're going to be somewhere where it's a little risky, you want a rope so that you can do it safely. At least, and just don't have it around your neck. What's going on? Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. Everybody go. Say any old videos. There's stuff. The videos over the last 3 years are all in the same search area. It's the same search area. It's part of the same thing. The blazes go from one end to the other one. There's, like he said, there's 10 billion blazes, but the blaze is the one with the treasure. And I think it's probably the Moses. I probably already completed it, except that the confirmation doesn't come until after Forrest has passed away, and there's no rushing that. That's why he says, take your chest, go in peace. Look down at your feet, Dorothy, click your heels. You had it all along. The omnipotent guru who can find Moses. And Braving in the Wood is that Buffalo Cowboy car with the bullet hole in it. And if you look at the Buffalo Cowboys chapter in the book, and the car with the two people, there's a bullet hole in the gas tank. This one has a bullet hole in the gas tank. His F-100 took a 50 cal to the nose. It all lines up. And it was in the word wood, in the D of wood. He prayed for D's, and it was in the D of wood. He didn't run the Buffalo Cowboy car through a forest. It was across a big meadow, and that's where I found it, in a big meadow shaped like a lowercase d of the word wood. The O's were next to the D, and the W was on the other side. W is huge, and the OOD were smaller. But it said wood. When I looked down Google Earth, it said wood there. And I flew my drone over it, and I have a video flying over the wood, drone video flying over the wood. And the Buffalo Cowboy car was in that D. And I took it with me so that nobody else could say they found it. I have video finding it, and somebody put it there intentionally. The rest of the car is half a mile away. Half a mile away, and it's like, to get it from where the rest of the car is to there, somebody put it there intentionally. And his seat cushion was by the creek in front of it. So, and it's just, you can't have that many confirmations and not be right. And he says, ring the bell loudly. That's tell everybody that you found it, that you found all this stuff. Tell them what but he knows that 90% of the people don't listen to anything. They all got it fixed in their head. Yellowstone. It's a substitute for Yellowstone. It's closer to Santa Fe, easier for him to visit. And I know that he didn't just visit it a couple times to have found all the stuff that he found, unless somebody gave him a tour of it, like Leo Salazar might have shown him around. But maybe Leo Salazar showed it to him, and he went up there and explored a little bit on his own and found some of the other stuff. And I know where the treasure is right after. You get it right after your milkshake, huh? I'll tell you where the treasure is. I'll show you where the gold is. The gold is inside the Reese's peanut butter cup. The chocolate milkshake is a beer milkshake, right? Yeah, just stopped by. Dang, I have to cover Liver Lou and Stingray Ronnie puppets up because they keep staring at me. Cross dress those puppets. Yeah. You know who you should sell the puppets to if Lou and Ron don't want them? You sell them to Mike and K-Pro. They got lots of money from Monopoly games. They might have some fun with those puppets. I know Joey Nelson would have fun with them puppets. Oh, chocolate milkshake and cannabis after. I just saw a thing of these nuns. They worship cannabis. They grow their own, and they make food things with them, and I've sent Forrest some of my posters. You don't hear him talking about the things that people have sent him. You don't hear him talking about the stuff I sent him. He don't want to acknowledge that I exist. That'd be giving you too much information. Get in trouble. You can get in trouble for cross-dressing them. Okay. I got one of these. $2.50 at Walmart. That's a new Mammoth puppet, right? It's the right color is what it is, you know. $2.50. I need some styrofoam to stuff the trunk, you know. And when I'm gonna have like a fishing line that goes down in the trunk that with little rings on my fingers, and I can make the trunk, you know, curl up or under or whatever, you know, with the couple little fishing lines and make it yeah. Homer Brown. Yeah, it's Brown. It's David Jennings Brown. and it's BJR is the initials. Boot Jack Ranch. And for all I know, where warm water's heart might be Brown's swimming pool. Because I believe it's geothermal heated. Because it's in a geothermal area. It's an Olympic-sized pool. I'll bet it's geothermal heated. So it's another, and I think to geothermally heat that pool there, they would have had to drill down 2,000 feet. And they've only measured even Pagosa to 1,002 feet. Oh, yeah. Meters. Maybe I'll go lay up on the dash with Jack, and that way I don't have to freeze to death while I'm watching out the window. Oh, it's 10:43. I'm on my last 2 antibiotics for my sinus infection. I think it's pretty much knocked out. And I think probably got rid of some old things that have been hanging around too, you know? Who knows? When you go to the doctors, they want to get you out of there as fast as they can anymore. They don't want to listen to you. You know? It's like 70s. Yeah, it's 30.4 here outside, and it's 67 inside. Usually only drink that soda if I'm swallowing a pill or something. Because I got my tea, fanatic tea. It's legal tea. Even if I put weed in it, it'd be legal. Yeah, that's my sister and my son. And it was just my grandson just turned 4. I'm going to leave him all my treasure maps to my grandson. He can go find it when he's 21. Root beer. Yeah. Cheap root beer. No, but I like my tea. It's green tea, cinnamon tea, and mint tea. All mixed in. And what else happening? That's what I had on those. Anybody miss what I was talking about? The Ehrlichman and stuff. You know, he talked about buying full color ad. Well, him John Ehrlichman come over, didn't cost anything. He got national advertising. Helping promote his book. Yeah, Google Earth. Yeah, his Litter 81. I marked it on my Google Earth. No, it's not open. I'm not going to bother opening it right now. But I found the little village, and there's some cliffs just north of the village, and they're quite a bit. Yeah, you know, got trees going up to the cliff and straight up cliffs. They look straight up from a distance. When you get close to some of it, they're not always as straight up as they look, you know, like these cliffs where I found ways. There are ways to get up in the cliff because the natives had terraces and like walkways, stairways getting up there. There are ways to get up in there, and even climbed this one part, and it was like there are so many places to get a handhold or put your foot, and the rock is really rough, so your feet don't slip on, your shoes don't slip on, the rubber kind of digs into the rock digs into your rubber soles, and you get good grip on them. Told Davio come down. There's some great stuff to climb. He can go. He can get a rope and rappel down and kiss Moses, because Moses is halfway up the 1,000-foot karst where his plane exploded into a fireball that he was fearful would bring unwanted attention. But there's a lot of elbows to look under, and a lot of arms and a lot of pockets. Why is his hand in his pocket? Because he stuffed it in a pocket in the cliffside, possibly, And I found some other stuff in this. Where's that book? Where did I put it? I had this other treasure hunting book. There it is, under my wallet. In here, this Treasures of Utah. And writings on the wall, on the mysteries of the West. Well, it might as well be the writings on the wall, right? You got where the Indians would hide their stash and stuff, and they left mounds of rocks that are called turtles. And there's a mound of rock, and it'll have a tail end and a head end, and it points to the direction of the stash. There's like 3 turtles pointing to a 4th turtle, and somehow this triangle of 3 turtles points to the 4th turtle. Where's one of them turtle drawings? Yeah, pictures. There. So there's there's a tail, and that's the head. And there's pointer. So these are turtle mounds, I guess. And I think there was another one. Supposedly, this is the head of a turtle here. This is the head. See the head. There's the mound. And there's the one on top of the pointer. You see the point. And there's all the triangle stuff, and the 3 marbles, and you got to learn the Native American ways and stuff of how they hit it, and how they the symbology you got to find to track that treasure. There's an omnipotent guru. That's the shaman, the witch doctor. What was that? My windshield, some blue light just, and it wasn't very far out there. And there ain't nothing there. Maybe it was one of them meteors. UFO. Yeah, I'm in the Valley of Portals. On Netflix, there's a documentary called The Valley of Portals. It's about the San Luis Valley. And there's supposed to be aliens there's an alien ship underneath the sand dunes. That's why the sand dunes are there, to hide the spaceship. That's those spaceship over there. And I was wondering where all that sand come from. Well, this whole valley, the San Luis Valley, was Lake Alamosa, and at the bottom of the lake was all the sediment down there. And when the lake dried up, all that sediment blew into the sand dunes, But they say it's all like silica. It's all well, all the rock formations I found when you need, if you're gonna cut rocks like that and stuff, you need water to cool your blades and stuff. And so all that silica is from cutting all the crystal rocks and stuff. They probably did it right on the lake, and all that sediment from grinding all these rocks that they were making around here settled at the bottom of the lake. And when the lake dried up, it blew over there. Yeah, it's volcanic. And that's the other thing. The crystals could have just come out of the earth. It could have just been a bunch of crystal sand down there. The had a crystal volcano shower. It spewed it all out. Yeah. But yeah, it's all silica because it's all made from ground up crystals. Because this was part of Atlantis. This was the large rectangular valley surrounded by high peaks covered with crystals that Plato talked about. That's right here. And where do you know there's plains 1,200 miles across? That's 10,000 stadia. According to Plato, is 10,000 stadia across. That's 1,200 miles. That's the Great Plains. The Amazon has a big jungle. There's not Great Plains. So the only place that were Great Plains were here, the home of the buffalo and the mammoth. What do you all make fun saying there were secret hidey spots in the walls of a former Finn gallery? Oh, yeah? I don't know. I bet there's a big hidey spot inside that elephant out at the pond. Does that come with the treasure for us? That big elephant standing on its hind legs? That should go with the treasure. Extra bonus. There's 4 of those elephants out there. There's one in, I think, Oklahoma, at a park or something. There's the guy made 4 of them, I guess. And I think it's 225,000. What do you do with that man cave? Probably not in the gallery, right close to the fireplace. Oh, his man cave at the gallery is the bathroom. Slot machine in there. Yeah. The gallery right close to the fireplace. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some art in there that is like, I recognize the artist. My friend has a drawing in his bathroom of the Mexican guy and the other guy, and he says, "Look like you might be a cowboy," but the gallery was a little diorama thing with the guy at the gate and a little kid. And he says, "Hey, I don't think we need any cowboys today," or something. Looked already in fiberglass. Holomicho. What do you do? Let's see this. Have you looked at the Guadalupe Church? There's an Omega inside the miniature version of the church outside. See, Guadalupe is the Virgin Mary. or at the Valley River of the Wolf. Guadalupe means Valley River. Guad means Valley River. Lupe is wolf. One book, he didn't have a shower in one house for about 10 years. It was like a Viking. Ah. Well, yeah, all them when he takes a shower, he sees all these figures in the marble, you know, and then he tries to tell me, I don't see anything in those. I can't see anything. Well, what he really meant was I don't have my glasses on because he can see the stuff. If he sees girls in the marble of his shower, then he sees the shapes in the rocks. No doubt about that. A 12-year-old can see shapes in clouds, but a 40-year-old can't. Let's see. I don't know if I said I might be considered crazy or a lunatic or something if I said I see that rabbit in the cloud. Or if I thought that cloud looked like a flying saucer, you know? Nah, 12-year-olds see it. And then it's, the shoes thing. And it's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, and so she'd been trying and done and went through went and got the broom and everything, right? Killed the witch, got the broom, brought the broom back to the wizard, and the wizard said, "Hell, girl, you had it with you all along, right there at your feet. Look down at your feet, click your heels together. I want to go home. I want to go home." Poof. And it was over. It was all a dream. The whole chase was just an illusion. It was to draw out somebody with the imagination to figure it out, to see the shapes in the canyon walls. It's hidden in your mind, in his imagination, and he wanted to influence as many people as father did. His father, he was, because he influenced all these people, right? They influenced so many lives, and Forrest hadn't done. How am I going to influence as many lives as my father did? Well, I think he topped him. I'm wondering who's wagering on where the first conception caused by Forrest is going to happen. Will it be in Kansas or will it be in Las Vegas? Is Forrest Fenn going to be responsible for some kid being born some place? He's already got people matched up. He split some people up. But the ultimate is creating a new life out of it, out of the chase. I was looking for a treasure and ended up with children. Ain't that true though? There should be some wagering. And anybody else out there that found romance because of the thrill of the chase? There I say. I know she's out there. Hi there. 1803. Through second generation. He was a farmer in Canada. His father's father? A Finn. I was watching Antiques Roadshow, and they were talking about going to the Fen. The Fen is a muddy bog. You know how in Holland they have windmills that pump the water. Used to pump the water out over the dike. They had dikes and stuff. Well, the Fen in England is got dikes around it, and they pump the water out with windmills, just like in Holland. And there's a place Fen End, Fen space END, and there's the low road. The low road is like 6-8 feet below sea level. It's below sea level in England, and it's because it was a muddy bog. That's what a fen is, a muddy bog. The fen is the muddy bog in England. It's kind of north of London there, and there's a bay. You just look up Fen, Fen space END on Google Earth, and it should come up. Fen End. It's in the UK. But yeah. So I look on Google. Yes, the high load, the road, and school road. Laugh out loud. You haven't looked at that church. 5 humans. Senses helpless soul. You need the supernatural too. You'll never make it through the fen. And they have a canal down the middle of the fen where the water drains into the canal, and the canal goes up to a levee, and then they pump the water out of the canal up into the other river that takes it out to the ocean, but there's a whole bunch of farms and stuff, and it's a real lush area because it was the bottom of a marsh, and so it's real good for growing and all that. But it's the fen. It's a place it's England's lowest point is the fen. It's the lowest you can go in England is the fen. I saw it as 8-9 feet below sea level in places. Let me see. Open that up. That's an hour. Laugh out loud. I haven't looked at that church. Yeah, the Guadalupe is represents the Virgin Mary, or it's the Virgin Mary of Guadalupe. It's a place in Spain, and Guadalupe is a river valley, a valley river. Valley River of the Wolf. Where is that? What's the name of that bay? Places. Yeah, I looked up the fen. The fen. Marshland, St. James, they're in the fen. This is a marshland. It's a huge area. What's that? Long Sutton. Was that Sutton Bay or something? So, yeah, in England. There's a fen in England. So Finn's English. Lady of the Guadalupe Church in Taos. Yeah. Guadalupe. Yeah. But you interpret the Guadalupe and it turns into Wolf. And it got Wolf Creek. That's Lupe is lupus, wolf. So and Vernon Forest is spiritual, not religious. So you keep going to these churches. It is not the church. It's not. It's the ancient church of Atlantis. Warm waters also halted. If you go back in time, right now we got warm waters. Even with, but when it was big ice cap, there was no more. The warm water was, So we're going back to the ice age. And that's why I'm saying it's Atlantis. It's a great flood, and people can't believe. Look at the big picture. The big picture is the discovery of Atlantis. That's the biggest picture in archaeology. It stumps all of their discoveries so far. And really, I can't imagine finding stuff older. Because it's pretty worn out, and if they don't start noticing it, it's going to be gone. Generations later. You got someone who can see it. Iron fan. Iron fan. Oh yeah, in Colorado. I drained my iron off. I take iron pill every other day. My blood cancer, some people are, because my doctor had me prescribed because my iron was low. And if I have blood cancer, well, my iron is low. You need iron for healthy blood cells. So they prescribed me iron, but some people think that iron tells your body to make blood. No, you just need iron to make blood. It's not the thing that tells your body to make blood. And so I want to make healthy blood. So I take my iron and you bleed it off. I bleed it off every month or two. So yeah, I once a week, once a month I bleed. Or sometimes it's every other month. That's my treatment. I go in and they take a bag of blood and I used to ask the doctor what's this big red spot on the palm of my hand? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. And now that I've been getting treated for the blood, the red spot's going away on the palm of my hand, So things are, and I had low testosterone. Well, the last time I had a testosterone test, it came back that it was in the normal range because I've been getting my blood drained off and I'm getting better. And so it's coming back. Yeah, things, recovering somewhat. Except I got pain right between my shoulder blades. My T-spine. They quit counting the bone spurs in my T-spine, and I got stenosis and pinched nerves, and I get myofascial pain syndrome, and that's where I suddenly get a nerve pinched in my back that wraps pain all around my chest or abdomen, whatever level it happens at. And you think you're having a heart attack, and the heart's still pumping. It's still pumping, but ow. How much about? I don't know much about church, but Omega. The church it's kind of just a distraction. there was a lot of Mary Lou's. But he did mention there's some Billy Bobs. Nobody even Billy Bob. Oh wow, that's. I seen Willie Nelson at Billy Bob's, but I had a Billy Bob's shirt. Shirt from Billy Bob's. My dad was Bob and I'm Bill. My brother's Bob and I'm Bill. So yeah, nobody had Billy Bob, no clue. So they write it off, because there's a Bill in the chase. We can't. There's got to be something to do with Mary Lou. Now, who were the Billy Bobs? Need a new cup of tea. And Geneva Creek, Iron Fen, Colorado, Geneva Convention. Yeah. Oh, I got so many creeks that are lined up with his poem and stuff. Church is just another name for someone that doesn't want to say they really had to go to their rehab or jail. School, church. Yeah, some people. I watch these storage auction shows, and these people, they bought a storage unit for $10, and inside was a whole bunch of police uniforms and gun stuff, clips and holsters, and they won't show if they had found any. They don't, you find them in the locker, you don't say anything. But anyhow, and the guy had his paper, and they read up on, and he was in prison for impersonating a cop. There's a lot of impersonators out there. Yeah. And you know what? I would have been better off telling Forrest Fenn my name was Jacques Cousteau, because like Dale, he used a fake name to introduce himself to Forrest, and I guess that's okay. But if you use your real name, then you're out. If you're honest, it doesn't pay to be honest. If you use a fake name, you're in. Oh, damn my back. Right between my shoulder blades. I need to go over to Chris's house and have my grandkids walk on my back. Pop it for me. Maybe jump on it a little bit. That shouldn't be hard to convince them to do. Yeah, the little kid, they can walk on your back and it ain't gonna hurt. Unless they dug heels in, maybe. Fen rehab. Yeah. Well, yes, I try and cut down maybe a video a week, or maybe by the time it comes around to Saturday, I'm like, Monday's just a couple days. I wait till then to stream. And I don't know if Jens is watching, but I'm going to be here till about the middle of December. So, and I got half of my dash working. I ordered the part for my speedometer. There's a little motor that goes in the dash that makes the needle go, because it's electronic. And when that motor is gone, it sticks on 100. Is what and so I got my signals are working, the fuel gauge is working, but the only one that didn't recover was the speedometer. So I got to find a way. I ordered the part. It won't be here till the end of the week. But I'll make it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, the other gauges are working. So he served as a presidential aide. Yeah, really. Maybe a Ford. Maybe Ford. Because he knew Ford. And Ford, where did Ford live? Ford lived in Beaver Creek, Colorado. And he mentioned some other stuff, Colorado. Mentioned meeting someone in Denver or something. And he knew Fred Harmon. Fred Harmon lived in Pagosa Springs. You know, he'd been to Fred Harmon's museum, but he doesn't have he just says that it exists there. He doesn't talk about going there or some of the great things that are in there, maybe. He's getting ready to become the president, I think. We'll do a better job than Trump. Yeah. Oh, there's gonna be they said lock her up, and they're gonna lock him up. The guy that destroyed our country from 2009 to 2016. He's going to prison. He started all this. There was no, Trump didn't do nothing. Julian Assange is more under a witness protection program than anything, because he knows who killed Seth Rich or who had him killed. The Russians didn't steal Hillary's emails. But blue does. The warm waters have to be a blue container. Brown is a warm color. Browns are warm. Yeah, paint colors and stuff. And he mentions Ben Stahl in Once Upon a While. He's got the story Things I Covet and Ben Stahl. And Ben Stahl there's a video with Ben Stahl telling about the temperatures of the colors, which ones are warm and which ones are cold. And there's probably some that are hot. So browns are warm because it's kind of a mix of the red and the blue and yellow, it's a mixture of all. So brown is warm because it's made with hot colors and cool colors and stuff. So yeah, and when the treasure chest is wet, people don't know physics. By physics, it's wet because it's made with wet bronze. It's the way that they make the chest, the way they melt the metals together. The metals don't mix completely, and so you get streaks of colors through the bronze that's called wet bronze. And so it's made with wet bronze. It doesn't have to be in the water or physically wet. Ramble much. Jacob ramble much. I was curious what matters. Continue. From where Warmar's halt to put in. The put in is after you've already taken out. You carried your boat over the mountain, and you put it back in. And so if you're going from the put in to the takeout, you're going the other way. And think mirrors. Mirrors are reversed. Put in, take out. The takeout actually came before the put, except he's reversed it, and you're going the other way. But let me see. I want another cup of tea. And I covered my points I was going to, on my notes. I covered my notes. And there's only one person who's a threat to Forrest Fenn. And that's the person who knows his secret. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. But 2 of them are alive right now. The other person died in 1991. Just tuning in. I was just tuning out. I was just saying adios. and Jack wants in. I want a cup of tea. And yeah, I was just tuning out, Tom. Sorry. 10 o'clock Mountain Time on Mondays. I come on. Red, green, black, brown. The teas? Yeah. The teas. He was talking about there's tea with lawyers. That's legal tea, legality. There's a lot of legalities. And he set it up. It's a contest, and his treasurer's titles granted in his will. And I'm going to go let Jack, I'm going to say adios and let you guys go and let Jack in. Yeah. Tea with legalities. Adios. Jack wants me to let him in.